sometimes, almost like a person want to be a pastor of a church. How can you be a pastor of church and you never been a minister? You just see the pastor, but you don't realize the work that it takes that goes behind it to become it. Okay. And that's the same way with public office. Everybody want to jump on. There needs to be classes. They need to be taught how to properly communicate in a civil manner. What about parliamentary procedure? Or what about returning phone calls in a timely manner? I make it a point, when I was on city council, I return phone calls within 24 hours. And if I was out of town, within 48 hours. It's basic, simply. Financial account, management.
Well, Omar, your last thoughts. How do we get in contact with you? What do you want your voters to know?
I want voters to know that I'm Omar Sims. I've been here. I will be here. Running for commissioner. My number is 423-6352. I'm here for you. It's not an ego for me. If you went to school in Flint, you went to school in Beach, and when you think about Omar, you think about the guy who was involved with politics. I gave up a sports career to get involved with politics in high school. So this is what I'm about. As a student at Grambling State University, I was involved with politics. So I'm no stranger to the political process, and I appreciate if the voters remember Omar Sims, Genesee County Board of Commissioners, August 5th.
Thank you so much, Omar. Again, I am your host, Kesha Hoey, and thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Meet the Candidates. We are on the air Monday, 9:30, Thursdays at 11 p.m. Thank you and good night.
The road I see is fair and free, where people can travel wherever they please, and children can eat and have shoes on their feet, and not be afraid when they walk on the street. It's not like there has to be rainbows and bunnies, or streets full of people all dancing like dummies, but freedom to live, to learn, and to play, to just be yourself, and think your own way. The road I see may sound crazy to you, but hopefully, someday, you'll see it too.
Access television, no commercials, sit and listen. People just like you and me, voices of community, freedom to communicate only on cable. This is great, our nation's First Amendment TV. Cats, kids, history, environmental manatees, beaches, parks, and scenery. Turn us on, you might see me. Controversy, politics, spiritual and skating tricks. Our nation's First Amendment TV.
Only on public access.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of Meet the Candidates. I am your host, Kesha Hoey, and just as a reminder, all elections are August 5th. We have First Ward City Council, we have Genesee District County Commissioners, and also State Representative. So please, make an informed decision when voting and vote on August 5th. In our studio today, we have David Davenport. He's not a stranger here in our studio. Mr. Davenport, how are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to see you again.
Good. Nice to see you as well. You are now running for 2nd District County Commissioner. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Well, good. I'm glad to have you on the show. A little about yourself for the people who haven't seen you on camera before.
Well, the ones that have not seen me on camera before, just a little bit of background history. I ran for mayor back in the primary. The last mayor's race I ran for this past school board election. I work at March Coating, which is a place that does brake drums. my goal is mostly to have the youth taken care of. They're in a state of need right now, and they need for us to get out to the polls and put people in office that care about them also, like they depend on us every day. So, more or less said, that's a little bit more about me.
Okay, so how long have you been a resident of the city?
I've been here for 7, going on 8 years now.
Okay. Well, where were you prior to?
Dayton, Ohio is where I was born and raised.
Okay.
I was in the military for 4 years in the Navy. Went overseas, saw a lot of different places. After that, I started working with machines, 2,500-ton punch presses, just different machines. From there, I went to driving semis, and then I had my 2-year-old son, which I call my little buddy, and now I'm at home where I need to be raising him. So.
Great. So no politics prior to your stint in Flint, correct?
Not really. I can say that I did a little politicking when I was with the Teamsters. I was with Local 332, and I was with them for 8-9 years that I drove semis, and yeah, I had a few grievances that I worked with.
Okay.
As far as the Teamsters Union. So.
Okay. Any religious affiliations do you have around the city?
Well, I've been with the House of Prayer Missionary Baptist Church. I've been there since I've been here in the city of Flint, which is 7-8 years. Pastor Kenneth L. Stewart is the pastor, and he's a very powerful man of God, and more or less also my mentor, someone I look up to, and that's my religious affiliations. So.
Okay. Well, who would you say, or who would you count to be a mentor outside of your pastor, obviously, in the city or abroad? Who do you look up to outside of him?
Well, abroad, it would be Dr. Martin Luther King, in which he is just a phenomenal man. He was a phenomenal man to where he didn't accept money or bribes or nothing. He wanted his people free. He wanted his people to be able to have the equal rights as anyone else, and that's the type of person that I am. Once I get into office, I'm not gonna stand for nothing less than these youth being treated equally as they need to be treated, no matter if their parent have $1 or if their parent have $1 million. I think that they didn't ask to be brought into this world, so they should not have to suffer. And I don't think that the Lord brought any of them here to suffer. In Matthew 18:1 and 2, it'll tell you that they are the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So I feel like they should come first. We should not say we're going to take care of everything else, and then if we have some money left, we can take care of our children.
All right. Well, for the viewers, what is the position? What would someone running or someone that is appointed or elected to the 2nd District Genesee County Commissioners, what would be their role? What do they do there at the county commission?
Well, their main role, I do believe, and if I'm wrong, hopefully